In this next video, we're going to be looking at the OR operator as opposed to the AND operator. Before we do that though, I just want to show you something that you can use called DatePart. You know that the getDate function returns the current date and time, so today, according to this computer, the date is April 25th, 2014, 12:40 p.m. and 27 seconds and 540 milliseconds when I first ran the query. I want to figure out a nice way where I could just pull out the date, the year, the 4-digit year, and you know, if you pull this out as text, you could just do a left for the first lowercase, but it's really not the way to do this. SQL Server has a built-in thing called DatePart, and the way DatePart works is you pass in two parameters. The first one is which part of the date do you want, and YY stands for year, a 4-digit year. And you would think it'd be YYYY, but it's not. It's YY. It's not case sensitive. It could be YY, it could be all caps, it doesn't matter. Get date, of course, again, I'm just returning the date. Whoops, I didn't do a select. So basically, what this should do, since the current date is in 2014, what this should do is it should just select the year part of that, which is 2014, and there it is. And when it returns that, it does not return it as text, but it returns it as an integer. This is important because sometimes when you're querying information from a system, maybe you're looking at people's hire dates and you say, just show me everybody from 2009. You don't want to have to do one of those things like, you know, between January 1st at midnight to, you know, December 31st at 11:59:59 and 999 milliseconds. You just want to say where it's the year 2009. Okay, armed with that information, let's do this. Let's select from our employee table. And we'll see here in the employee table, we have people with names, big surprise. People, everybody has their own salary, and then people are in different departments. And if you notice, some departments make considerably more than others. The people in the 5 departments, the DP key equaling, people that work in the department 3, are the highest paid because they're the sales guys. You know, Tony Macaroni, you know you're a salesman with that name. But then the next highest group of people are out, you know, the programmers, the IT people in section 4. But anyway, all we want to do right now, we'll say for the sake of argument, we're going to run a few queries. And the reason why is we want to give, either the company just got bought out, or it did really well, or who knows what happened. But we're going to say that we have to find different people in the company that we want to give bonuses to. Now we're just going to give everybody in the IT department a bonus because they're cool. But then we're also going to give anybody a bonus who's been around since 2009 or earlier. So how do we do that? Well, here's half of it. If we select star from employees where the department key equals 4, and remember that's the developers, there they are. They're the ones with the cool names. Vladimir, love that. Except this Dave Merton, what a corny name. Okay, so basically this is how you would get all the people from department 4. But conversely, what if you wanted to get everybody that was hired 2009 or earlier? Well, then in the where clause, we just say where the date part, year of the hire date, is less than or equal to 2009. So let's try that. And sure enough, everybody here, 2008, 2009, so it's good. But what we want to do is we want to put these two things together, and we just want to take one instance of every name that's in either of these lists. See, some people are in here twice, like Vladimir is in both lists because he's a developer and he's been there for a while. But we just want to get one consolidated list. So how would we do that? Well, we couldn't do that with the AND keyword or the AND operator, because the AND operator is like an intersection. If you have two circles that overlap, AND takes just what's in between them, like, you know, equal to both of them. Like for example, if we do this, see, it's only people 2009 or earlier, and they have to be in department 4. But we don't want that. We want everybody in department 4 and everybody 2009 or less. So instead of just this one word and, we change it to or. And or is like a union. If you have two circles that intersect, it doesn't take just the intersection, it takes everything one time that's in either of the circles. So let's do this and this and show the difference. Now, if this bonus was being divided out and distributed among people, developers would much rather it be this list because there's only 3 people sharing it. But as you can see here, when we use the or keyword, or is a smaller word, but it gives you a lot more results. Because here, it's the people that are in the department for, or it's people that were 2009 or below. Since Roy Patel did not make the 2009 criteria, he still made the department for. So with or, it's like, give me everybody where this is true, or this is true. So that's the difference between or and, but wait, there's more. I had to say that. One thing that I just want to show you, when you're doing this, you could just say select star from employees, you know, and then here's the where clause, where this is this and that is that, and then we have our order by. We've just been talking about this and it's fresh in mind, so yeah, you're going to know that the DP key has to be for, or the date part, the higher date has to be 2009 or less. Great. But in real life, when you have queries like this, they're usually 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger, and there's all kinds of stuff. So if you think this is readable on one line, it's barely readable. What's a lot more readable, and this is just so that you get into the good habits, indent stuff. Because here, you know, select star, okay, great. From employees, yeah, so what? And this could be like a whole bunch of inner joins, but, and here's the order by. But the only part that we really care about right here is this. It says where DP key equals 4, or the date part is less than or equal to 2009. So it's either one of these is fine. So if we run both queries should return the same exact record set. 7 records, 7 records. They're identical. Now, one last thing. Again, let's just do this. We'll comment out this and comment out that, and the only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to and notice this code is so much more completely readable right now. I mean, it's going to use up a lot more paper if you print it out, but so what? You can easily identify that there's an or and an and here you might not think it makes a big difference, but when you're running gigantic queries across an entire company, wait a minute. Let's see, select star. What did I do? Oh, I must have had the cursor over a piece of code or something, just like a smaller piece. That was what was happening. There wasn't really anything wrong with it. So here, this is an or. It's either a 4 or it's 2008 or less. Here, it's the intersection, it's and, so it brings back a lot less. So really, you can see the difference between and or. It's pretty obvious. In our next lesson, though, we're going to be showing how you can also add parentheses to add sort of like, you know, the pecking order of how things are supposed to be evaluated.